Okay. So, hey, I'm back again with another video. Um, First off, the hands actually, yeah, the hands. I painted my nails. Looks pretty great, I know. I'm kidding. It's terrible. It's actually really bad, but it's the thing. And if you want more weird stuff like that, you can go look at my Instagram. Uh, just a quick little plug. It'll be in the description. Now, this is the first video of 2018, and I thought I'd do a little drawing video and narrate something that my friend actually wrote. Um, I haven't really read it, but from what I can tell, just from skimming, I think it's like a horror-ish type thing. So, yeah, that's about it. It's gonna be longer than this video, I can tell you that. So, I'm gonna just start now. Um, oh, but yeah. So this is By the Water's Edge. 1. Dorrance woke up freezing. He always did. From springtime until fall, his house was warm, but in the dead of winter, it was unbearably cold. A sudden frightening thought hit him. What if I open my eyes, and I'm somewhere I don't recognize? He slowly opened his eyes, and saw his room, exactly the way it had been left the night before. He groggily rose out of bed, and shuffled to the bathroom. Dorrance stood in the kitchen, a fresh cup of coffee in his hand. For the second time that morning he surveyed a room. Where's Chubbs? Chubbs was his cat, a gift from his girlfriend, and at first he'd wanted nothing to do with the furry little plaything. That was at first, anyway. In a matter of mere weeks, Dorrance had grown to adore Chubbs, and the feline had grown to treat him with icy tolerance. Now he looked out the kitchen window. He stared at the big front yard. Nothing but his old Ford, the road, trees, and more trees. He sighed, not uncontentedly, and walked out the kitchen. When he opened the back door, a half-frozen Chubbs hastily ran into the house. Dorrance chuckled to himself and closed the door behind him. He sat in his rocking chair on the porch, occasionally sipping at his coffee. As he sat and sipped, his thoughts began to wander. He stared at the dizzying number of trees and tried to count them, but eventually gave up. God, there's so many. It would be incredibly difficult to find her body in that mess, his mind added darkly. Oh, okay. Whether that thought's motive was to boast or to reassure, he did not know. It was his secret, so he guessed it was both. Most likely, a boasting reassurance. Hadn't Ted Bundy done that? Who knows? Who cares? Bang! Dorrance jumped, spilling hot coffee all over the front of his pants, onto his crotch. Huff me, he growled, and ran outside. Inside, that is. Inside the kitchen, Chubbs was running around, his fur matted. The kettle, which Dorrance used to make coffee, was on the floor. A decent-sized puddle had already formed. As much as he hated to do it to his already traumatized cat, he resolved to give Chubbs a bath. After the mess was cleaned up and Chubbs bathed and calmed down, Dorrance went about his daily routine. Two things happened for the rest of the day. Chubbs eyed Dorrance scornfully. Dorrance could not shake a dark, inexplicable feeling of being hunted, like some sinister predator was playing a covert game of cat and mouse. Hours later, Dorrance went to bed. His sleep was extremely uncomfortable. 2. Dorrance again woke with the previous feeling of being in a strange, alien place, surrounded by obscurity. He opened his eyes, and they drank in the scenery of his room, in a slightly more erratic state than the day before, but his room nonetheless. Something very cold was touching his side. It was pulsing. Dorrance screamed, kicked, flailed, tripped, and landed on miscellaneous objects on his cluttered floor. A laundry basket was knocked over, and a week's worth of dirty socks, pants, shirts, underwear fluttered to the floor like confetti. The cold pulsing something that had been under the covers was just good old Chubbs, half frozen, as usual. It's funny. Ever since I killed her, Chubbs has been getting out. Okay, so, yeah, that was pretty much it. I had to kind of stop it short because, well, the video just isn't that long. But yeah, I hope you like that. I do have more audio, and I might use it for another video. So let me know if you like it. Um, yeah, that's it. All my socials will be down below. Uh, however, I'm Facebook blocked for a week for a funny little joke. But yeah, other than that, um, yeah, check it all out. It's pretty great.